Hi, it's Dave. So it's I guess around near 12 o'clock on August the 8th, 2018. If we've hit the 12 o'clock mark, it's the 8th. There's a number of things that have happened, and I just got this phone about a week ago, and I've done a bit of videotaping, but I've been busy with stuff. But I haven't videotaped for about 2 months because that was the last time the last phone was stolen. So I want to make sure that we cover the big picture here. And the reason I don't have this viewed on me, here I am, by the way. Excuse me. I've lost weight and I'm in declining health because of the neglect. It's just so severe. But so here I am. So we're just going to go down the street, but I want to go over some things. Big picture, I now see that Stephen Harper and Jody Wilson-Raybould and Bob Paulson and Brenda Lucki all were involved in trying to get me into sex with dogs. So the entrapment was there, which is a typical RCMP thing. So the entrapment was there to get me involved with dogs. Number one, that's always would be a greatly big coup against Jesus Christ, another dig at him, that of course they could convert me into dog sex. Another thing is, of course, it's criminal activity, so that would be great to have criminal activity against me on a rap sheet. And everything else that goes along with dog sex, I guess. These people spent 3 months executing this strategy. Can you imagine the mind of an adult that spends 3 months of their life planning and plotting on how to get another adult to fuck a dog? Isn't that a bizarre waste of your life for 3 months? Anyway, we need to know that that's out there. That occurred. They started off by me meeting in prison when they falsely accused me of criminal harassment and separated me from my sister. That was August 25th, 2014. So I met Kyle in prison around August 28th, 2014. And he was the one who was one of the instrumental ones to get me into dog sex. You know, I think about it. I know there were people that were using me throughout this whole thing. And, you know, I knew that. But, you know, you look at somebody and you think, you know, someone comes into your life. See, I caught this by the fall of 2015, but they already doing it in 2014. But this person comes into their life, and the whole purpose is to get you to think about fucking a dog. Like, I mean, that's really weird. But I think to myself, well, so you were working on this, and I wonder, well, did you get paid for this? Was this something you wanted to do, or were you forced into doing this? And, you know, nobody wants to be used, but you think this guy who's coming off as a friend all along is this ulterior motive of getting you to fuck a dog. It's, you know, it doesn't make you feel great. You were used, and, you know, cynically in a stupid way too. We need to keep that in mind. We need to keep in mind as well the second time that the Vancouver Public Library staged an ambush and banned me from their property. That was May the 9th, 2018. And that was the night when I was going to start typing up my second warning visual. The first one was put out November 4th, 2014, and that was the one warning about, you know, what's happened since. Warning, if you proceed on the current path on your fate. So the second one, I started drawing the diagrams on paper. They could see this, and they were manic at the time when I was drawing it. So when I got to the library that night, they knew I was going to start typing it. So I did one of the pernicious evil slides, and then when I started typing up this second warning slide, that's when they started the full assault to get me ambushed and get me thrown out. 2 days later, on May the 11th, 2018, was when I was assaulted. I was put in the jail cell by the cops, and that was when Brenda Lucki assaulted me inside the jail when I was trapped. I had put on that slide, that warning slide, the second one, happy-go-lucky, I love you, I'll be back. Within 48 hours, she had assaulted me in reaction to that. That put her front and center. She's extremely evil. She's one of the worst of all of them. Her darkness reaches very, very low levels, and she evaded me for quite a long time, but not forever. And now we see the Brenda Lucki that is the ghost behind the curtains here. She is violent beyond control, bloodthirsty, primitive, feral. She is horrible. I am suffering now tremendously. I have been horribly assaulted ever since then, since May the 9th, 2018. And the more I reveal about the dog sex and that she's into dog sex and she tried to get me into it, things are now at a hyper boil. Bob Paulson has reported that he came to church at St. James in July 2016 when at peacetime, I shook his hand, I smiled, wished him peace, Bob. He smiled at me and he looked at me right in front of Jesus Christ in church and he said, "I'm going to murder you this October at 25 Arthur Street North in Guelph. Fuck you." He did this in front of Jesus Christ in church. I guess God decided, well, fuck you, Bob Paulson. And God told me and warned me about this before it happened. So those are the big things. I am now censored all the time. All the time. If I don't go onto a computer itself, I am barely able to get anything on Wi-Fi with this phone. YouTube uploading a video is just ridiculous. Facebook, the Where's My Canada page is completely blocked so that I cannot post anything at all. Every time I hit the post button, nothing happens. They're basically censoring like crazy. There's been over 10,000 photos been deleted from my Facebook page itself. They're closing in, and they tried today another assault. It was very violent. I was handcuffed again and threatened to be put in prison again. It's out of control. These people have no idea what the hell they're doing. On a micro level, they stole 3 asthma inhalers in the last 2 months. It's gotten to the point where I had to go to the pharmacy so many times to get so many emergencies. The pharmacist said, "This is the last time I can do this for you on an emergency basis. You must go to a doctor and get a note." Well, my health insurance has expired, and so has my driver's license because nobody would help me with anything. I continuously asked for help with this, and I was completely ignored. I have that. They stole my ID. They stole the 3rd asthma inhaler. And they stole the graduation watch my mom gave to me when I graduated from MBA school. They stole that 5 weeks ago today. They still have not replaced any of the 3 asthma inhalers they've stolen from me. I've had 3 asthma attacks since. I had one a week ago, 8 days ago. It was a Monday. And they walked by and laughed at me while I was struggling to breathe and asking for help. They laughed and walked away. These people are attempting to murder me. The suicide thing obviously hasn't worked, so now they've decided to murder me by forcing me to have an asthma attack. The situation is so vile and out of control. I don't know what to do about it anymore. Here we go. Gordon frequently is on videos, and there's sound explosions in manure trucks. If you look on one of them in the Toronto internment camp series, you'll see their manure truck was at Gordon. I am being tortured, and the thing is, today they cut off all my internet access and started encircling me like a bunch of animals. They are completely terrorizing me now 24 hours a day. It's pure fucking goddamn terror. They're primal fucking animals. If I had the Crown Attorney beside me, I would grab the knife from her. I would grab the knife from her and slit their fucking goddamn throats from ear to ear and watch the blood pour out. Then I would hand the knife back to the Crown Attorney and say, "Thank you very much." I need to get the goddamn fuck out of here now.